tea sippers. Hey, tea sippers. You mean I didn't get a single picture? Wow. I thought I took a picture. Let's see. Hey, tea sippers, come on in. Come on in. Hey, Samantha. I almost slid by. I was trying to do a slide by. I was trying to do a slide by. I was trying to act like y'all don't see me. I don't see y'all. AunTeaFee just gonna slide on by. And that Dionne Warwick, walk on by. Yeah. It's just too much going on. It's just way too much going on. And I think I am disappointed. I don't know. And I don't know who I'm disappointed. I don't know who I'm disappointed with. You keep looking for me, baby. I was trying to, you know. I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to get stressed. I wasn't trying to fuss. What's her name? In The Color Purple. And Whoopi Goldberg Hicks. Until they do right by my likes. Put a Hicks on it. I'm like, ooh, I was really feeling it today. But somebody had to. I said, oh, Lord. I really probably don't even need to go live because let me start off by saying it's a lot going on. And a lot of what's going on is absolutely connected. Hey, Jerry from Dutchess County, upstate New York. We're expecting, 3 feet of snow this weekend. I hope you get your gobble gobble on. Ooh, and talking about gobble gobble. Lord, it's just too much. Lord. What is it? Like, can the man call on the Lord and he shall appear? Say it 3 times. Lord. Can I do an extra? Lord. Come on, fix this. Remove all evil. Empower corruption and destruction. Playing with your word. Playing with your saved Christians. I just need for you to come on. Anyway. So, you know, your president is, he losing it. He pardoning turkeys and shit. Pardoning turkeys, may have pardoned somebody that he wasn't trying to hold off them files. They steady going to court. The heat is on. Stuff is still leaking. They still trying to let this man know that somebody has it. Yeah, and then I'm seeing all other stuff, other people, more people names coming up and out that have mysteriously passed away some time ago. Are they names listed in Epstein? I mean, is Epstein talking about some of this? I mean, because every time something leaks, he loses his mind. Now he trying to court-martial the military guy Kelly, who don't want to take illegal orders. You trying to start a war. You want us to no. Military don't even want to fight nothing on foreign land for Trump. I don't blame him. You got military, high ranking, giving up. And them little girls is coming out. Who is Monty Trucking? Hi Monty Trucking. Hey Dorothy. I'm up here just going on a rant, just thinking about some of everything I've saw today. And I and I just, it kind of bothers me a little that we the people, and I hate to sound a little biased, let me just say this. We the people that are not paying attention to what's going on, as if that don't have anything to do with you, and it absolutely do. I think that's kind of, I don't want to say it's irritating or frustrating. It's just kind of mind blowing. It's really mind blowing how we would rather do something else that is not of importance than to pay attention to what's going on. And I say that because it's almost as if they expect that. And it has worked for them for so long. Y'all, come on, there's 292 people in here, and I'm only seeing 9 likes. That will not work for me. This is why I didn't want to come. I'm probably going to go to another social media, and leave this over here, because anyway, so yeah, that kind of bothers me, because that's how it kind of all started. Not paying attention, or paying attention and being too comfortable. I just don't know what word to put in place to really describe how I'm feeling, but because I don't want to say we the people were too naive, but there have been a lot of not paying attention and just going as normal and allowing guests from foreign places to come in and take over. Yeah. I saw something about the Rothschilds. Yeah, I'm going to go into Candace. I'm going to go into that. I always hit the thank you, Monty Trucking. And thank you for dropping down and letting me see you. This is the first time I've seen you in the comment section. So, hey, appreciate you. I'm going to try not to fuss. I'm trying hard not to fuss. So, hey, Wendy. Hey, Dorothy. Yeah, come on, y'all. Maybe I need to put some tape over it so I don't see it because it just blows my mind. But listen, all of this, there's a lot going on in Memphis with the National Guards. I saw Blackwood News. He was saying that they was coming like hundreds in black vans. Thank you, Janet. In black little Sprinter vans, just unloading in Memphis. And then I see this today. Take it down. Ooh-wee. And then I see that, you know, because y'all know, for those of you who don't know, for the young Dolph case, I've been in Memphis online and researching and investigating for what, 4 years? So I'm very familiar with Memphis and the crime. But when I saw this today, thank you, Samantha. Thank y'all for the jewels and the gems. But when I saw this today, this young cat was talking about he went to school in Raleigh. I think he said, and there was a teacher there who was a Rothschild. Let's listen, y'all. Because this is what I'm talking about. They send plants in our communities, in our hoods, and they're studying us. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can't tell you. Something said, you rock it too. But y'all, let's listen. Let's listen to this. Come on, move. Oh, it's way over there.
Being in Memphis, the richest family in the world had a family member in my high school.
Hold on. Let me start it over. Let's go.
Y'all talking about Elon being in Memphis, the richest family in the world had a family member in my high school. To research us, bro. She told me this before. You hear me? Like, this biblical grounds, bro. Like, everything really happened here. What are they there for? Them folk worth trillions. And when somebody used to die, we used to say we lost a Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been spiritual like that. And the Pharaoh white on the outside, black on the inside, the school is built inside of a mound, bro. The biggest mound. Look at this, I'm walking up. This is me walking up. It's built inside of the mound. So, man, and then look at the pharaohs on the inside of the school in the walkthrough. Look, with the 3 pyramids. And this the science teacher, bro. She's a Rothschild. What is she doing in the hood? You know what she told me? She don't need no money. Her family rich. She there for research. Miss Rothschild was the science teacher chairman for Raleigh Egypt High School. The only high school she was at. University of Memphis. Doctor for biology and microbiology. She studied DNA.
Memphis, just like Egypt, out in Raleigh with Pharaoh.
Pyramids. Pyramids was in Memphis.
Y'all talking about Elon being in Memphis. The richest family in the world had a family member in my high school. To research us, bro. She told me this before. You hear me? Like, this biblical grounds, bro. Like, everything really happened here. What are they there for? Them folk worth trillions. And when somebody used to die, we used to say we lost a Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been spiritual like that. And the Pharaoh white on the outside, black on the inside, the school is built inside of a mound, bro. The biggest mound. Look at this, I'm walking up. This is me walking up. It's built inside of the mound.
Why is she there?
Man, and then look at the pharaohs on the inside of the school in the walkthrough.
Research.
Look, with the 3 pyramids. And this the science teacher, bro. She's a Rothschild. What is she doing in the hood? You know what she told me? She don't need no money. Her family rich. She there for research. Miss Rothschild was the science teacher chairman for Raleigh Egypt High School. The only high school she was at. University of Memphis. doctor for biology and microbiology. She studied DNA.
Memphis just like Egypt, out in Raleigh with Pharaoh. You gotta know, yes, your melanin, let's go. I'm back in my home, on my throne, yes, I go.
On my soul. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Elon over there making folks sick with those buildings and all that engineering. Do y'all remember, hold on. Y'all remember your boy Owens? Y'all remember Owens? Somebody asked, oh, wow. Well, you know it's going to be a long, long time. I got sent this last night. You know, first I ain't messed with it, but I looked at it today, early this morning. Ooh wee. They are not playing with that enhancements. Ooh, they roll him out. Oh, what, 58? 2058 before he get out? Ooh wee. I knew someone right here. But I'm going to leave him alone because I know a lot of y'all like that man. No. Not me. But it was another one I want to show y'all. Hold on. I don't even want to show y'all about the meat. Update for you. Where did I put it? Hold on. It's not this one either. Bear with me.
News, Donald Trump and his family's net worth is tanking because crypto is tanking.
Oh, yeah. I hope
a
y'all
really
not into
bad
that
time
crypto
for the
stuff.
Trump family because most of their net
Bitcoin.
worth, or a lot of it at least recently, has been tied up in crypto and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And while the market over the past several months, and especially this month, has not been good. And as a result, the Trump family's net worth, they're losing millions of dollars actively as the crypto market continues to fall. The Trump meme coin, which they've been invested in, also tanked about 25% in the past several months. And it looks like it's only just the beginning. Overall, today's been a pretty bad day for the Trump administration, for MAGA, and the Trump family. Crypto continues to fall. The indictments against Comey and James have been dismissed. House Republicans are scared they could lose the speakership before the midterms next year because of Republican retirements, and more. Spread the word. I'll have more updates soon for you. Follow along, stay updated on all the news that you need to know about.
Yep. That's not what I was looking for. What I was looking for was about, let me know, hold on, about Thanksgiving. And I looked at it and I said, man, this is a pattern. Well, this was a pattern. It was a whole pattern. I want to show it to y'all. Reminds me of yeet. I don't know what that is, Jason. I don't know what that is. Hold on. I know I sent this to myself. I just don't know where I sent it. Oh, wow. I can't stand when I do this. I send it to myself and see, now I don't know if they removed it. And it was talking about I don't even want to say, really, until I find it. Okay, so listen. So let's talk about the Macrons. And if you see the thumbnail, have y'all seen those yams? Have y'all seen them yams? Hey, have y'all seen them yams? I just cannot stand all of the stuff they are doing to make us sick and try to take us out. I am just so sick of them playing with people's food. Why do they think that that is cool? Why do they play with people's food? You know, the cost of groceries are high, and you have the nerve to be shortchanging, mixing all type of crap in the food, fake food, all of this crazy stuff. And then you raise the prices on it, and it ain't even real. What? What the hell are you paying for? If it ain't real. That is mind-blowing to me. And now I'm trying to see who I sent it to, but I don't even know. I'm gonna move on. And we don't want to talk about McDonald's. Y'all better stay. I mean, when I say better, y'all better stay y'all butts away from McDonald's. Do we understand? Stay away from McDonald's. Stay away. Stay away.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too.
I don't know about that music. But listen, it said if the biblical Israel existed today, you could tell what their national flag would look like. I'm trying to read and hold this thing so y'all can see it too. So you should be able to discern it from the fake one. That's the real one. This is the fake one. It's a lot of faking going on, y'all. It's a lot of duplicating on purpose. And we got to stay woke. Because they're trying to deceive us. And they're trying to incorporate Christians in their deception. Let's be clear. Okay? Seeds, watermelons. Oh, we don't want to talk about that either. I mean, when I say you cannot find them, you really can't. You got to go out deep. But anyway, I'm going to get off of that because there was something else I was trying to find and I'm having a hard time finding it. And then I saw something about organic eggs. They was dipping them. It's just so much deception. And that bothers me. That the measures in which they are taking to deceive us. I think that's mind-blowing to me. Well, I know it is. Well, let's get into, I'm trying to find it, y'all. I be having so much stuff up there. Video details. The Macrons. Let's check it out. It's a lot going on with them. It's a lot going on underground. It's a lot to it. And I'm learning, oh Lord, it's on my eye. I'm learning that even in the human trafficking child and adults, that there may be another. I got something in my eye, y'all. Avenue that may have been overlooked, and Candace may have tapped into it, but I don't think she was the only one that tapped into it, because several people were sued. But let's just check it out. Let's check it out so I can tell you what I think about what's going on right now today and where it came from. Thank you, Janet. I am looking at the lights, and they not going up with 368 people in here. I'm 25 minutes in, and I only have 35 likes, and that's not gonna work. So it's almost like 500, 400, all these people in here, y'all just want me to hear my point of view, but y'all don't want to hit the like button. You need to double tap the face of the screen, and then what you need to do, you should see a thumb up. And if you're not on your phone, then you're on your computer. There's 3 dots at the top right. Hit those 3 dots and hit the like button. Where do I want to start? And then I got another name dropped in my ears. It's like so much, y'all. Let's get started. Get the likes up. I'm gonna tell you that now. 2025 election. They catering to Putin. We already know why they catering to Putin, because it has already come out that he got pictures of Trump blowing off.
Who is behind all these accounts that are being shared?
Okay, who's sharing them? Hold on, let's go. Y'all ready? I got my eye on the likes. Shout out to 211,000 views yesterday. Give yourself a round of applause. Can y'all do that for me? Give yourself a round of applause. I had that upload, that live had 211,000 views. I think that's my that's the highest views I've had on one live. So shout out to you. I greatly appreciate you. Did I have to fuss? Did I have to fuss for that? Was that fussing live? I think there was that fussing live. Thank you, counselor. So shout out to you. I greatly appreciate you. I really, really, really do. You helped me meet milestones I had no earthly idea I could reach. But I am thankful to God to know that when the truth is spread, it is going out. The gospel is going out. So again, I'm thankful to be able to have a well done, and I owe that to you, to the tea sippers who watch me. So thank you. Let's go. So I'm gonna tap into it. I'm trying to tap off into this Candace Owens with the Brigitte, this Shem, who I don't know. Thank you. Who I don't know if it is a no over there, but we're about to touch places that we've never touched before, and what may be a part of this elite I don't know. I don't know if they are Zionists. I don't know what they are, but it's a lot of deceit going on. Let's go. And threats. Deceit and threats with this. Let's go.
Who is behind all?
And remember, as we listen, remember, before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he reached out to her to let her know that the administration, somebody from the administration, had contacted Charlie for him to get Candace Owens to stop talking about Brigitte. And I don't think she did. Or she said she would get back with him. And then Trump called her directly. So Trump was directly involved as well and wanted her to stop because it has something to do with steel, is what she said. And she said, and the request, hey, Willie, was more of a demand. Okay? Remember that. Let's go.
Accounts that are being shared. This expert in social media behavior has tracked. Who is behind all these accounts that are being shared? This expert in social media behavior has tracked them down.
When we look at the 100 people who have posted the most on this topic, we realize that 77% of them are boomers. We were able to determine the top 10 cities for these people, and 9 out of 10 are in the south of France. Marseille, Bordeaux, Tours, Nice, Montpellier, Biarritz, Toulon, and Nîmes. It is also because it is closely linked to the and Nîmes. It is also because it is closely linked to the far right. What? These people who talk about
the who?
fake news are being shared by
To the far right.
of France, Marseille, Bordeaux, Tours, Nice, Montpellier, Biarritz, Toulon, and Nîmes. It is also because it is closely linked to the far right. What? These people who talk about fake news are being shared by the far right, and we know that they tend to be male.
In 2025, the rumors surrounding Brigitte Macron became the leading conspiracy theory in France, followed by the more general theory about pedophiles.
Followed by what? Elite pedophiles. So there's a pattern. Let's go.
In 2025, the rumors surrounding Brigitte Macron became the leading conspiracy theory in France, followed by the more general theory about pedophile elites.
This beat Macron
There's a pattern. Come on. Start.
affair is symptomatic of something larger. It's a national sport in the world to try to imagine that our elites are not what they are, that women in power, in particular, are, that, for some men.
This story of a first lady accused of being a man.
Oh, wow.
That women in power, in particular, are, that, for some men.
This story of a first lady accused of being a man.
Thank you,
doesn't
Willie,
just
for the
happen
party
to
hat.
Macron, the wife of the Spanish Prime Minister, and the New Zealand Prime Minister.
They supposed to be men too? Oh, Lord. So it's... when I say it's a pattern, it's a pattern. So it's not just Brigitte. Is that...
Or that, for some men.
This story of a first lady accused of being a man doesn't just happen to Brigitte Macron, the wife of the...
Is this supposed to be a man too? Right here? Oh.
the Spanish Prime Minister and the New Zealand Prime Minister.
New Zealand too. Okay. Oh wow. Let's go.
In fact, this story is a classic.
And there's even a term that has gone viral, and is a term used in international journalism, trans investigation, which is basically
Trans
investigation of the fact that someone is trans and hiding it from us, hiding it up.
Trans investigation comes from the United States, and one of its first victims was Michelle Obama, the former American First Lady.
In the last few days, it's a big
They got it. They got it. They got to put them blacks in there, don't they?
It's trans and hiding it from us, hiding it up.
When I saw this, I said, "Oh, that's why when
and one of its
the right-wing people would come in saying Michelle is Michael or some crap. Like, where you get that from?"
Was Michelle Obama,
she has pictures from back in the day. Yeah, motherhood. It's that Brigitte who can't provide no pictures.
American First Lady.
Don't try to make that our problem. Don't try to make that our problem, because that's y'all problem. This lady has childhood pictures, junior high, elementary, yeah, and yeah, actually the daughter that I thought looked like her, Sasha, looked just like her when she was a little girl with them fat jaws. Oh yeah, it's like these people are crazy. But carry on. Michelle is Michelle.
In the last few days, it's a big international news story. The question is, who is Michelle Obama?
Oh, Lord.
Is she really?
They always got to make their problem our problem.
Alex Jones' shows are watched by hundreds of thousands of viewers every day. His books are bestsellers. He is an extremely popular figure, and when he says something, it spreads very quickly. He is the one who started calling Michelle Obama Big Mike and claimed that she was born a man.
Michelle Obama is a woman who is much more athletic. Her muscles, her shoulders, her arms, and so we saw a whole bunch of photo montages that were absolutely, frankly, unpleasant.
Oh, yeah, no.
These are people who are very active and influential in conspiracy groups. For them, proof that Michelle Obama is a man also becomes proof that vaccines are toxic, that Trump's 2020 election was stolen, that COVID was fabricated. It all...
With DJ, there's no email saying that she had a dangling, but there is email saying that your Trump sucked Bubba's dick. He took it and he swallowed. He did. Yeah, he swallowed. Yeah. But you can't find nothing that says anything negative about the Obamas. Don't be mad at us or them because your cult leader suck a mean dick. Ha! Yeah, don't get mad. I ain't gonna even call it a pickle since you came over here trying to be funny. Your whole cult leader is a headhunter. And if you keep letting him know how much you love him, he gonna bend your ass over too. How about that? You really want to rumble? Ha! Do you really want to rumble with me? Okay.
Works like a giant conspiracy. Neither Michael Obama's 2018 autobiography Becoming, nor the documentaries about her life. Chicago have
And y'all want me to think that this is a
put an end
dude.
to this rumor. 8 years after he left the White House, it is still being widely shared in the United States.
That's why y'all being
Under the
exposed.
guise of ideology, Alex Jones has also made it profitable for his
Now
personal
this
gain.
is the same one who leaving
Alex
Trump.
Jones, on the year
Now.
2015-2016, his conspiracy media made more than $140 million in turnover.
He the
$140 million
diehard
in
Trump
turnover in 3 years means that we are looking at about
supporter who
$50
leaving
million
him
in
now.
annual turnover for online media.
How you like
It's our
that?
business,
Thank
and
you,
it is an
Peter.
extremely profitable business.
All these operations, whether they come from Xavier Broussard or Candace Owens in the United States, have a financial interest
Ooh,
behind them.
what's the low? Carnell.
We sell
How
books
about
forcefully,
that?
monetize our audience for Candace Owens. So there is a financial motivation that is obvious.
Asked several times, Candace Owens never responded to our interview requests. How much did his book bring in for Xavier Broussard? Amazon refused to give us the sales figures. The author remains very evasive.
You know how many books you sold because Amazon doesn't communicate?
No, but if you want, there is an effect. I won't answer these questions. It isn't enough to live on. It's used to pay off the debts. There you go. If you want to know everything, it allows you to pay off the loans. I don't want to stop working. It was said that you bought a car and an apartment. There you go. He bought himself. No, I paid off a loan. There you go. I paid off a loan, and I paid off a loan on a Dacia Duster, if you like. So there, it's the Wheel of Fortune, you know.
Xavier Broussard is keeping a low profile.
And for good reason. Is that okay? It was good, right? Let's stop.
Yeah.
Or
To date, he has not been questioned by the courts.
For what?
Bashar and Amandine Rowe were convicted in the first instance of defamation.
Oh,
But on July 10, there was a dramatic turn of events at the Paris courthouse.
Nanashar was hunted, persecuted, and convicted. But in the end, Nathan Cherry was acquitted by the Paris Court of Appeal. Mrs. Brigitte, who married Macron, and her brother Jean-Michel will have to answer for themselves.
Natachar, who was very ill, did not attend the hearing.
Well, that's fine. You're acquitted, right?
Thank you.
Not very pretty. She exulted at the announcement of her acquittal.
I believe that a rumor doesn't last long if there are no solid arguments and solid evidence to back them up. 5 years on, I reckon the rumor would die down. It would have died a natural death all by itself if there hadn't been blatant lies and rings of inconsistencies in life, of course. Oh, okay.
I believe you. We'll leave you. Get some rest, okay? Come on. See you soon, gentlemen. Good luck.
Fearing another slip-up, her lawyer cut the exchange short. This acquittal is a huge disappointment for the First Lady's lawyer.
The court considered that some of the remarks were defamatory, but that the defendant should benefit from the excuse of good faith. I will discuss with my clients what we are going to do, but of course I do not agree with this argument and this decision.
Thank you. Brigitte Macron and her brother Jean-Michel Trogue have announced their appeal to the Court of Cassation. A few kilometers away, at the Paris court, they are waging another legal battle. Zoe Sagan, whose real name is Aurélien Poiron-Edlant, is present alongside 9 other people. Prosecuted for digital harassment, they have been summoned by the judges to an initial hearing before the trial, which is scheduled to take place on October 27 and 28. The defendants plead freedom of expression. I invoke the freedom of thought, of reflection, and of questioning the world in which we live
Freedom of
today, we no
thought.
longer have the right to question. We no longer have the right to be independent. We no longer even have the right to be a fountainhead or to be someone like that. The Macron's attack, without hesitation, even in the U.S., on July 24, they filed a defamation complaint against Candace Owens before a Delaware court. This is the first time that a sitting president of the Republic has initiated legal proceedings abroad. It is proportional to the attack. At some point you are attacked. Everything is globalized today. The world has changed. It is not like the world was 10 or 20 years ago. So you adapt, and if you are insulted and
So can we sue Trump?
we no longer have the right to be a penman. We no longer even have the right to be a fountainhead or to be someone like that. The Macron's attack, without hesitation, even in the U.S., on July 24, they filed a defamation complaint against Candace Owens before a Delaware court. This is the first time that a sitting president of the Republic has initiated legal proceedings abroad. It is proportional to the attack. At some point you are attacked. Everything is globalized today. The world has changed. It is not like the world was 10 or 20 years ago. So you adapt, and if you are insulted and called all sorts of words in the United States, well, you see what you can do. You defend yourself, and unfortunately you still
He walk like a dude. Don't he walk like a dude to you?
What is really unfortunate with this type of sequence is that some
legal proceedings abroad. It is proportional to the attack. At some point you are attacked. Everything is globalized today. The world has changed. It is not like the world was 10 or 20 years ago. So you adapt, and if you are insulted and called all sorts of words in the United States, well, you see what you can do. You defend yourself.
He walk like a dude.
Unfortunately, you still have that
He walk like Michael Jackson.
option.
What is really unfortunate with this type of sequence is that something will always remain. All those who tried to hype it have capitalized on an absolutely phenomenal audience during this time. And they still have that audience, and they will be able to redirect it towards other targets. There will be a resolution to this matter, but we will move on. We have nothing to gain from these moments. It does not die out, it transforms.
It is absolutely impossible that Brigitte Macron will be the last victim of fake news. Fake news will claim many more victims, and in my opinion, they will become increasingly serious and problematic.
She obviously knows that through her, it is her husband who is being targeted, and it was the same for Mrs. Obama or for all the others who have experienced this. These people have only one goal, which is to hit the president of the republic.
The Macrons have provided the American justice system with evidence proving that the First Lady is a woman. If the judge finds that Candace Owens caused major damages and acted maliciously, she could be ordered to pay them several $1 million.
Well, we know they lost that because she did not want to pee in a cup in front of somebody, you know, so that they could see that if there is a thing. If she needs to stand up or sit down, how's that sound? And she didn't want to do that. Nor did she even want to provide pictures being pregnant. Where they do that at? Is this? Okay, let's go to the next one.
Why would you buy your health and wellness products from a company that doesn't specialize in health and
412
wellness?
people in.
Seems silly. When you buy from iHerb, your products are sourced
83
directly from
likes.
manufacturers.
Get 'em up,
and certified
please.
fresh before being sent fast and direct to you. Fresh products from end to end. iHerb.
Figure, and more of a measure of, and that leads me to the lawsuit by Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron against Candace Owens. So Candace will have a measure of protection. She's being sued for defamation by the First Lady and President of France because she has said that Brigitte Macron is actually a man. Who's posing as a female and posing as, you know, having been a female for years, and that she has a penis. to put it bluntly. And this, I think, would be, I could be wrong, but it's definitely a comment on a public figure and more of a measure of
she look more of a female right here.
You could argue it's a big fraud on the people of France. I don't know, but still, there will be a very, very high standard either way for the Macrons.
Look how they hold hands
on a defamation case against Candace
Look how they hold hands. What is that?
They say that they sent her.
Oh yeah, there go y'all big pappy. What is that? What is this? And how long they been married? They don't know how to hold hands yet. Lord have.
And more of a measure of private behavior. You could argue it's a big fraud on the people of France. I don't know. But still, there will be a very, very high standard either way for the Macrons to win on a defamation case against Candace Owens. They say that they sent her a letter in December saying, you better take down those claims. We are warning you. And that they sent her Brigitte Macron's birth certificate, which is attached, it's reprinted in the complaint. It does show a little girl named Brigitte, whatever the maiden name was, I don't have it in front of me, was born on such and such date in the 1950s, and it's got like the actual birth announcement and other proof, including pictures of a young Brigitte. Brigitte, they say her last name is Trogneau, that's her maiden name, and in French it says that her brothers and sisters welcome their little sister in Amiens, France, on looks like 1st of December. Anyway, she's now got to defend this, and Candace Owens is saying, I look forward to it. Great. And she's saying, for the first time, I'll get to sit across from Brigitte Macron at a deposition and hear her asked about her penis. That's what Candace's I think that's a direct quote. And it's never happened before. So she's not backing down one bit. Nope. And it is reckless for the Macrons to sue Candace Owens for defamation if this is true. Right? It's somewhat reckless for them to do it because Candace is not wrong. She will get the chance to ask those questions through her lawyer directly to the First Lady of France, Arthur. So what is really going on here, and how do you like the Macron's chances?
It's nuts. It's just,
pardon the pun.
The truth is an absolute defense, right? And that's the law, right? So this is not a hard case to prove or disprove. It's a matter of you can actually get there. In other words, you get a judge to rule at some point, what anatomy is attached to the body. But
right.
I would say if there is a birth certificate that was sent to Miss Owens that shows a girl born, I think you said on my birthday, December the 1st.
Mm-hmm. Birth announcement.
Birth announcement. Okay. Well, okay, that's a little different. That is a little different. A birth announcement is different than an officially stamped. I mean, I don't know how they do it in France, but
maybe she has a birth certificate too that she'll produce. I don't know, but so far.
Well, okay, a birth certificate with a raised seal, and anybody's talking about here's my birth certificate. I'm a girl, and Candace is still doing this. She's on notice. She's not only is she on notice.
But let me ask you something.
She's got
in
evidence.
Candace's defense, what she says, I think she said a few different things about this, but what she has alternatively posited that perhaps there was a Brigitte Macron that was born on that date, and that she lived, and that she may have died, and said, do we have this on tape, Deb? And said, I will allow my brother, because I think her one of her theories is that it's Brigitte's brother posing as Brigitte, and that maybe Brigitte died and allowed her brother, who wanted to be a woman, to assume her identity. Here's Candace.
To keep her alive.
SOT 6. This is after the lawsuit was filed. And so at this point, she's definitely seen the birth announcement. If I said certificate, I misspoke. Here's that in SOT 6.
I think Candace.
I do believe that Brigitte Trogneau, the real Brigitte Trogneau, existed. It's plausible that Brigitte Trogneau got sick that the real Brigitte Trogneau got sick and perhaps had a dying wish to help her brother, Jean-Michel Trogneau, who was living perhaps as Veronique, right? And knowing that, okay, well, he's never going to be allowed to live his life authentically. He's always going to have to hiding, always going to be hiding and doing these sorts of things, because this is just not a time where people are recognizing this transgendered identity. Well, what if she gifted her brother her identity? Here, this is not a thing yet. You can just become me. Okay, that's, again, we're surmising. There's no evidence that Brigitte Trogneau died. There's no evidence of that. But that's what it feels like to me. It feels like to me that Brigitte Trogneau did her brother, the real Brigitte Trogneau, did her brother a favor and allowed him to become her.
Now, I wonder with that, is her kids, the kids that the man has with her husband, Lord, don't get me confused, are those his sister's kids that he's raising, since he's keeping her name alive and assuming her name and life? Interesting. Because at first I was thinking that the kids may have been trafficked kids that and babies, because we're finding that they have young babies and when they grape them in these foreign countries that Trump is sending them to, that there's a whole market for babies, right? And that's what Oprah's mentor was guilty of. Interesting. I hope it comes out. Let's go.
I mean, wow.
I'm working on it. Working on it.
It's a lot.
Good luck with that. She's so close to the line, if not over it. It's one thing to just say someone looks like a man. Okay, that's protected. Offensive, but protected. It's another thing to say, maybe this happened, maybe that happened. She's reporting something, and she's coming out with a statement and then trying to come up with some theory to back it up. In one respect, again, it doesn't have to be true. What she's saying doesn't have to be true. It just has to be not a reckless disregard of the truth. So if she's got theories to back it up, then okay. But if that's the best she's got, it seems completely half-cocked, again, pun intended.
Well, that's her rebuttal. Her case in chief, and I confess I haven't watched any of this. I have more important things to do than worry about Brigitte Macron. But my producers watched it, and they did tell me, and they have nothing against Candace, but they did say that it's thin and it's disjointed and it's hard to follow at times, and it's it sounds a lot like conspiracy. Some of the conspiracies that we've criticized in the past have come true.
Now I see why.
One of them.
I see why the term conspiracy theory. That's maybe how that may be. Maybe 10, 15 years. Conspiracy. No, it goes back to JFK. But I'm finding that the conspiracy, quote unquote, is primarily coming from over there, where they have and is doing a lot of elite underground organized crime, cult. They have a lot of practices that have been in rotation for a while, and if anybody questions it or try to process it, then it's thrown in a conspiracy, as if that is like that Semite, or whatever that mess is. It's almost like the word conspiracy is handled the same way that is when you question pro-Israel. But typically, it's not ordinary that anytime somebody has a difference of opinion or a different view, that is classified as a conspiracy. Does that make sense? If somebody don't agree with me, I'm not just going to say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy. Conspiracy." So everything with elite politics, Hollywood, it's labeled a conspiracy. Now we are finding that a lot of those conspiracies were not conspiracies. That it was more intelligence. It was more organized removals by a higher up. And the higher up could be in foreign countries. That's what I'm seeing. But for some, well, I know, hey, Big Pressure, E.T. Phone Home. Y'all remember that movie? Yeah, I don't remember it past the little ugly creature. Extraterrestrial. I mean, I cannot think of a connection to the. Lord, you remember E.T.? Pressure, you older than me. I mean, you old. How you remember E.T.? What's the significance of E.T.? Yes, I remember it too. I just remember the little ugly, cute little what is that called? UFO creature. But that's all I remember. That's all I remember. But let me go with alien. Yeah.
But I don't totally get, like, she is positing that Brigitte is a man. And if Brigitte is a man, if Brigitte's a man, then she's always been a man, or she...
Simple. I only pay $10 a month for my internet connection.
She is most definitely a man.
Have you heard about Ryoko Pro? This is the...
But my thing is, okay, yes, so Candace tapped into it. She tapped into it. She's not the only person that has tapped into it. I'm 44. Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to watch it because I don't remember it. I remember seeing it. I even think I had a little E.T. doll. But I don't know. So she wasn't the only one that tapped into it. But my I guess my question is, transgender is accepted now. I don't know what the guidelines are for France. I don't know. That part I don't know. But why would they put a hit out on her? Did they put the hit out because she tapped too far in, too deep into the Trump and the Israel and the military and the Delaware, the hangar, the Egyptian planes coming in? I mean, did she tap? Did she go in too deep from that angle, or is it from the angle of her being a man. I mean, what part of it calls for her to get the threat on her life? Because once she started getting that intelligence from somebody that's in the government about the planes, she was on point, and that the Macrons was also in that area, and that is also where they filed the charges for her, Candace, and they defamation lawsuit. Out of all places, I would have thought DC, but if that's where they and it was a hangar that had been inactive for some years, and now that I'm thinking about it, and they took out a contract for 2 years. I'm trying to see, was it her connection, the flight log that was tying intelligence and the president and presidents and prime ministers and foreign as well. What do you mean? Back? Yeah. Was it that? Because she was connecting dots past her being a man and tying it to Epstein, Trump, child trafficking, Israel, genocide. Was it that said she gotta go? Let me say this. Do I think she's missing? No, I don't. No, I don't. Not right now. If anything, she has been moved. Yesterday, when I noticed that she did not go live, so whoever that was on X, you know, that's why I typically follow who I follow and listen to who I want to listen to instead of just any old body. I knew yesterday, I think I said it, that I'm sure she is probably in hiding, and that's why she did not go live. She typically goes live at 4, not 2, and maybe that was 2 his time, but she typically goes live 4 o'clock Central, and I didn't expect for her to. If over the weekend she said that there was danger, and it was a reliable source, and there was great details. I didn't expect for her to, and I don't think whoever the guy was on X who put that out there saying she was missing because she didn't come to her 2 o'clock. It was never scheduled. It wasn't scheduled, so she didn't miss it. Does that make sense? She did not miss her live because it was not scheduled. I checked. It was never scheduled, because if it was scheduled, it would still be there. It would still be there, and it was never scheduled. So somebody's just lying, and that's why I didn't move. I didn't pay attention to it. But I did once it was kind of brought to my attention. It's like, well, where do you get this from? That's why I don't need to be the first person. If it happens that way, cool. But typically, no. But that's going.
Was a woman who died and gave her identity to somebody. If she's always been a man, why is there a birth announcement, right, showing that a Brigitte was born on such and such a date? There are pictures of Brigitte when she's a child.
She absolutely.
That child is not
I do
Brigitte,
not expect for
Brigitte's.
her to go live until it's like, who can she trust? She can't trust FBI. I mean, who governs the government? Especially if we are finding out. Shout out to you, Pressure. You know, I had to give it to you the other day. I don't know if you was in the bushes or not. But shout out to you for kept planting that seed of, do y'all still trust the government? Shout out to you. You planted that seed. And when it came time for me to hear you say that, hear what I thought would have been your voice, or remembering what you had commented, it registered. You know, it's not a conspiracy. It's the majority of the time, it's the truth. They just want to manipulate it. Just like say it's a conspiracy of what color was the first human. Adam and Eve and God and Jesus. That ain't no conspiracy. Just because y'all whitewashed it, it's still the truth. Just because they whitewashed it does not erase the fact that they were a brown color. That's just what that is. Let's go.
Brother, who is Brigitte in the photos, and yet the problem for this theory is that the brother is still alive. The brother was at Emmanuel Macron's swearing-in ceremonies.
Yes, I had to give it up to you. I did. I called you. It was, and thank you. I sure did. Like, oh my God. Yes, I expect for them to do their job. That is yes, I remember, Pressure. I remember. And you would always say that. And I would thought it was just the most sarcastic. Oh, you made me sick with that. Stop putting that in the comment section. Yes, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It finally clicked. And I am woman enough to apologize and give you that credit. That's why I think that it's a little. I'm almost, my juice is out. I think when I said, you know, it's just disappointing now because we just take things for granted and we're not paying attention. Once I started paying attention, it was a horse of a total different color, and that's what I'm seeing right now. We stuck on taking things for granted and thinking one way.
And pictured in at least one picture with.
And they have
Brigitte
definitely.
Macron. So like the brother who she's
designed it to be something else, and we are not paying attention. So thank you, Pressure. I really, really appreciate you consistently throwing it. Just say what you're trying to say, Pressure. What? Let me go back a little bit. Oh my God. We have came away, haven't we? With this Charlie Kirk stuff. Come on.
Who is Brigitte in the photos. And yet the problem for this theory is that the brother is still alive. The brother was at Emmanuel Macron's swearing-in ceremonies, both of them, and pictured in at least one picture with Brigitte Macron. So like the brother who she's claiming has assumed Brigitte's identity because he was so dying to be trans is alive and well. There he is. He's the bald guy back there. He took over the family's chocolate confectioner business. And so that doesn't really jive, but it doesn't, look, we don't have to fully buy into this or not to do good legal analysis on it. And what they're going to have to prove, Arthur, is that Candace knew it was false or recklessly disregarded that it appeared to be false. And I will say this in her defense, I believe she's a true believer. I do not believe she knows this is false.
She had
reckless disregard is going to be the interesting question.
Yeah, because she already
I
had.
totally agree with you. And my interaction with Candace hasn't been too deep, but deep enough where, I mean, she did a whole thing on Harvey Weinstein, right? So we were involved with that, and I'd spoken to her several times, and she got it all right. I mean, and even things that I didn't want her, like, weren't that helpful for Mr. Weinstein, like, she still reported on things accurately. So on that limited exposure that I had to her and her reporting, she dug deep, and she was very thorough, and she was very ethical and honest in that particular scenario. I don't know enough about this, but I don't think she's reckless with herself and her family. That she's going to just make I mean, she knows what these laws are. She was put on notice. So if she was really, playing with fire, when you're put on notice months ago, like, hey, don't do this, and here's proof, and she still disregarded that, she must have something, as you just said, that she believes she's holding on to that makes sense, that will clear her in any lawsuit.
Well, here's to that point, the lawyers who are representing the Macrons are like the defamation lawyers. They do plaintiff's defamation cases for a living, Claire Locke. And they're two very well-known, very well-respected lawyers. And it's a husband-wife team. And the husband, Tom Clare,
but
went
it seemed
on
like
to
that's
Jake
a
Tapper
thing
right after
over
they filed
there.
this case against Candace. And here's how that went, Sadi.
How much money do you want? Do you want her to apologize? Well, we'd love an apology, of course. A court can't order her to apologize, and based on her conduct, especially today, we don't expect her to do anything other than double down. We'll put forward our damage claim at trial, but if she continues to double down between now and the time of trial, how much money do you want, and do you want her to apologize? Well, we'd love an apology, of course. A court can't order her to apologize, and based on her conduct, especially today, we don't expect her to do anything other than double down. We'll put forward our damage claim at trial, but if she continues to double down between now and the time of trial, it'll be a substantial award.
Okay, sorry, that was one, but we needed the other one, SOT 7.
I don't know what she knows to be true or not. She says a lot of lies. How do you know that she's lying as opposed to a deeply disturbing? She says a lot of lies. It's one to be both, of course. It's one of the reasons why our complaint is 219 pages long. We wanted to lay out exactly that. We wanted to explain to the court, and we wanted to explain to the people that will see our lawsuit how we can prove that she knows it's false. We have put this information directly in front of her. Even if you want to give her a pass for the early crazy stuff that she said, after we put facts and information in front of her, black and white, multiple times. What? Like the First Lady's birth certificate? Like what kind of facts? Yeah, we have laid out extensive evidence in our complaint demonstrating that she was born a woman. She's always been...
A birth certificate don't prove anything. It is just a piece of paper. And if like I know, these people can duplicate any and everything if they want to. So that, okay. So just a birth certificate is not it. I mean, even when you go to get your driver's license for the first time, you need a birth certificate and some other form of identification. Heck, you can't even get, their real ID unless you bring almost a ton of stuff. So no, just the birth certificate. No.
A woman, and the allegations of CIA control, conspiracy, and the incest, and all the other things are demonstrably false.
That incest.
This is the complaint. It is huge. And it does have pictures of Brigitte Macron through childhood, and it's got all the things that we've been talking about. And their point is this was all given to Candace before they filed the lawsuit in this December retraction demand. And she didn't. And I think the reason she didn't, I think the worst case scenario for Candace is she didn't because she doesn't believe that. Mm-hmm. Okay? So is that defamation? Mark, like she rejected it. And let's go the nastiest possible interpretation of what she's done. She's a conspiracy theorist who got twisted up on this Macron thing, and it's not true, and she refuses to see reason. I'm not sure that's reckless disregard. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario for Candace is it's true when these people are lying about it because they don't want to be humiliated.
Mm-hmm. Tapper makes a good point. If she's, and I don't know her like Arthur does, I don't know her at all. let's say she's a little wacky. Let's say she's a little off, right? And beats to her own drum. Again, that's going to help her. If she doesn't know it to be false, like they're claiming. I mean, the plaintiffs came out there on his show and said, we believe we can prove she knew it to be false. Wow. But let's go to the second tier. A reckless
He's not going to be able to do that.
No.
Well, he claimed, I mean, it's amazing that he, listen, if I'm an attorney, I don't go to the highest
audio
tier.
tape, you know, it'd have to be an audio tape of her being like, I know it's not true, I'm just doing it for ratings.
Right. But the key is whether
she
it's
believes
reckless disregard.
She most definitely believes it. They don't like what they can't. That's true. That's why some people not here anymore. Yes. Especially if they have tried to intimidate. See, I think what I'm remembering is when Charlie Kirk refused Israel money and then refused to go and visit with him, Netanyahu, and then started saying stuff like, I don't know where your money is coming from, and I don't know how you're getting your money. So no. That's the issue. Then, so he said, I can't bribe him, and I can't get him here for me to talk to him. It's like, well, why you won't come to why you got to come to Israel? I mean, yeah, no. And I've seen people all around. I've seen genocide. No. And so then when he went to Trump to try to get Trump to not push the button on Iran, and you know, you may want to slow down on funding Israel because I'm beginning to see that some things are going on. Charlie Kirk at that time still trusted Trump. So then when I think about Candace and Trump having his office call Charlie to tell Candace to back. Well, she had kind of separated from Turning Point and whatever podcast they had, but they were still kind of cool. So when that didn't work, then Trump called Candace and said, hey, stop. I got some deals with some steel. Now I'm seeing what you're saying about if they cannot control you, your eyes are opening, you have tapped into something that is way bigger than just old girl being a man. It's deeper than that. Back up. And you don't, then yes, they will take you out. And whoever has provided her verifiable information that they have already paid an Israeli hitman to take her out. They've already started the process. So for anybody, Janet, to think that she was going to come back Monday after getting that type of information on the weekend, they just wasn't thinking with their right mind. Because, again, she did not have, she didn't have a live set at 2 o'clock. But I do think that it is very, very deep. And I think that there have been several people that we think just mysteriously died or took their own life that may have known more than they were supposed to know. That's just where I'm at right now. That may change. Let's go.
And the fact that she's eccentric, a little wacky, whatever that is, I believe can help her.
Yeah, I think.
And why do it have to be wacky? Because
I don't know.
Because what she's saying is true.
But I will say this: Delaware federal court is not great for her. I've spoken to a bunch of defamation attorneys, and most of them say this is not ideal for her. There will be a question about whether the Macrons want to see this thing through to trial. I feel like she probably will. And it's tough. I'll tell you, just as a media personality, it's tough to get insurance for defamation.
I was going to ask you that question. I was going to ask you that question. Can you get insurance?
Yeah, she's got skin in this game, no question. And I'm sure she has to consider, what the effect this would have on her family. And just curious,
you think these
it helps me believe she believes
lawyers? You think just curious, plaintiffs' lawyers, do you think they're being paid hourly or they're doing this on a retainer? Meaning they have a vested interest in how much money they're going to get out of this, or they're being paid hourly? Probably
I bet they're getting paid hourly. I get they're getting paid hourly.
I know.
But these two are no joke, so you'd have to be a little concerned. Since President Trump
what you gonna say? Okay.
was sworn in, his administration has made enormous progress at a breakneck pace. But don't forget, while they are moving mountains for the good of the nation.
Oh, goodbye. I know you lying. This gotta be old. I know you lying. Are you? Do you drink that Kool-Aid? Is she a Kool-Aid drinker, y'all? I mean, I know you said some things about the victims that you should not have said, especially about being 15 years old. Like, that's not a minor. It really is not great or something because they were 15. Maybe you lost your virginity at 14, 13. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do not know. But I do know 15 is a child. Is a minor that still lives with their mama and daddy or whoever is raising her. And how dare you even imply that? And even if you were repeating, it wasn't something that you should have repeated that somebody said. So I know you drinking that Kool-Aid. Don't let me find no pictures of you as a little girl, Megan, being passed around by those elites. Yeah, you look like you got that look. They have a look. Yeah. Let's go to the next one.
Got your personal savings to worry about.
I can't hear you no more. Let's go to the next one. I got a couple of them. Lawyer Candace Owens will win. Yeah. Get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. Hold on. Let's get to the next one. This is crazy. Why can't you just come out and say that you trans? Bruce Jenner didn't he? Is he still happy? What's her name? Michelle? Michaela? Something? What's her name? Now, what is this one? Yeah, I want to hear him. Now, these are the same people who were saying Candace was off about Charlie, and now they all saying, there's something to it. Candace is Candace, and that wasn't it gun, and Candace, yeah. Now you all Candace, but y'all quick to make a somebody be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now she used to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Don't misunderstand me. But she has seen the light since then, and now y'all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because she has been on point. Let's go. What up? Who is Diddy making them videos for? What videos is he making now? I saw his son talking about he may be home for things for the holidays. Oh, Lord. Now, this is funny. He don't want people to see. He mushed her. With both hands. And then he gonna... Oh, yeah, I believe her, too. He mushed with both hands. Like, are the people looking? Hey, hello?
If it walks like a dude, hits like a dude, and even shows up in the...
If it walk like a dude and hit like one, reckon it may be one.
If it walks like a dude, hits like a dude, and even shows up in the official French tax registry as a dude, then honey, we don't know if Brigitte is first lady or the first dude of France. The real story, the one that no one's talking about, is that no one is allowed to ask questions.
Exactly.
This week, 10 ordinary French citizens were marched like peasants into a Paris courtroom and charged for cyberbullying the untouchable elite. As if ordinary folks could actually bully rulers with their fingers on a nuke button. Seriously? That's not justice. It's French for FAFO.
For FAFO?
Welcome to FAFO, the show where lies go to die and cowards get exposed. If you're new, hit subscribe. And if you got a question, go ahead and ask for it in the comments down below, because we are living in dangerous times.
That's true.
Where people don't want you to ask questions, but not here, not with us. So strap in, because this story has gotten insane. Seriously, I mean...
Strap. Strap. I don't think... strap. So... Yeah, so now they would need a strap, because she really a dude. So why they just can't be... Okay, because when she was asked to prove that she had a... What did you put? A vajayjay, you know? If she had some cookies down there, or did she have a pickle? What you got? We need to see. We need to see. And if you done had 2 kids, boo-boo, that cookie, that's a big cookie, ain't it? For a little woman. Pressure, what you think about your boy Trump blowing Bill, eating that pickle? Dill pickle. Strap. No, they wouldn't need a strap. Okay, let's go.
It's the type of tabloid trash you'd see at the supermarket checkout counter, right next to the headlines about 3-headed alien babies or Prince Harry's latest pay-for-play award. But it's real. It's blown up. Candace Owens is being sued. 10 citizens are facing up to 2 years in jail.
So they done went from suing her
again
to putting a hit out on her.
The biggest uncensored voice on planet Earth just asked the very same question that the French government wants to make illegal. And what he says next, he's going to tell you everything about who really holds power.
She was his teacher. If it was a she. Oh yeah, there's a whole
Who was the teacher? This little man woman is 72 years old. Now she don't look 72. And he don't look nowhere near. So who was the teacher? So the shim would have to have been the teacher if she's 72, because the president don't look that old, right? Yeah, 72.
She was his teacher. If it was a she. Oh yeah, there's a whole thing.
And how could he have a crush on him when she was 14 if she was his teacher? So there goes some lies already. They've been together since they was 14. How if she was his teacher? See, that's how rumors get started. Started by the lying people. And I mean, how? At 14.
Yeah, there's a whole thing.
Really? Right there. Joe Rogan just said exactly what we all were thinking.
There's a whole thing.
If it was a she.
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing.
Really? Right there. Joe Rogan just said exactly what we all were thinking. He is exposing
That's a messed
the
up
official
man.
story of the first French lady. He could do that here in America. That's the difference. If he was in France right now, in Paris, they would drag him off to court for questioning the palace's narrative. That's what happens today. You go to jail for asking questions. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe it'll be the guillotine for saying that croissants are overrated.
Yes, but that's what Trump wants to happen over here. He wants you to go to jail and get fired and everything.
Right. That's crazy.
Well, that's the thing.
Even if it's a woman and a man.
What Joe Rogan did is exactly what the media's been trying to bear. He just shined a light on the story they don't want anybody talking about because it blows up their narrative. So let's get real. If you had a 40-year-old male teacher who suddenly had a relationship with a 14-year-old girl against her parents' wishes after they pulled her out of school, he wouldn't be flying around in private jets. Or like Emmanuel Macron.
So that means that it was some of that inappropriate. So, this is, okay, so who was the kid who was 14 and who was the 40-year-old teacher? It had to be the Shim. Because she's 72. So did Emmanuel throw off some, some bisexual, Lord, I can't even think. I mean, vibes or something? Why would a 40-year-old teacher be looking at a little boy that's 14? Unless you already a pedo. Which we do know that the daddy was sleeping with his sister and giving the mama money to go shopping. Let's go.
Who suddenly had a relationship with a 14-year-old girl against her parents' wishes after they pulled her out of school, he wouldn't be flying around in private jets. Or like Emmanuel Macron, he wouldn't be dissolving parliament while he sipped cocoa, or getting rid of prime ministers faster than Meghan Markle burns through stab. No. If this was any conservative leader, CNN would be melting down. The Senate would hold emergency hearings. Netflix would have a doc by the morning. You'd have hashtags, pitchforks, and prison time. But see, when you're part of the elite global club,
they go to the elite.
That's not predatory, that's romance. And get this.
Wow.
The Daily Mail has an article where Brigitte's own daughter says she has trouble with this whole mess. So I'm going to read a piece of it, word for word. Their words, not mine. And remember, this isn't rumor anymore.
Brigitte's daughter.
But see, when you're part of the elite global club, that's not predatory, that's romance. And get this. The Daily Mail has an article where Brigitte's own daughter says she has trouble with this whole mess. So I'm going to read a piece of it, word for word. Their words, not mine. And remember, this isn't rumor anymore. This is from mainstream reporting about the public history of a relationship.
Need better sleep? We can help. Upgrade now to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99.
Emmanuel Macron's stepdaughter says she is still wounded by her mother's forbidden relationship with a future French president, and also addresses bizarre rumors.
So those are not his kids.
Hell, their words.
So the kids that she had allegedly were not by him. And so if if the president knew the teacher as a man, so when you reconnected with him, you knew he was a man. So those kids may possibly be his sisters who passed kids. Okay. Let's listen.
Not mine. In an interview that will make
old enough to have an opinion,
Mr. Macron and his first lady, Brigitte Macron, THORNTON Noziere admits she remains wounded by the forbidden relationship between a married teacher and teenage pupil. First Lady Brigitte Macron, THORNTON Noziere admits she remains wounded by the forbidden relationship between a married teacher and teenage pupil. Miss Ozier was just 10 when she found out that her teacher mother was seeing a pupil 25 years younger than her. Wow.
This is really confusing.
Brigitte was still married, so her 3 young children had to put up with constant speculation about the forbidden relationship in Amiens, northern France. See, now we're starting to scratch underneath the surface to get to the truth. This isn't about their relationship. Not really. That's a whole other subject for a whole other video.
I think so too,
and that
sir.
relationship is between them and God. This is about who the media protects, who shapes the narrative, who controls the stories for reality. Because if you're the media's enemy, they'd already had built the gallows up in Times Square.
A man
Hold on, I like how he said that.
Jet. Oh my God, really? Dude, his whole life.
Yeah, because it's really.
And now we're starting to scratch underneath the surface to get to the truth. This isn't about their relationship. Not really. That's a whole other subject for a whole other video. And that relationship is between them and God. This is about who the media protects, who shapes the narrative, who controls the stories for reality. Because if you're the media's enemy, they'd already had built the gallows up in Times
Christian,
Square.
let me ask you something since you said that. I just want to ask you. Do you think Charlie Kirk is really dead? Do y'all think Charlie Kirk is really dead? I guess I need to, I guess you do. Okay. I guess I need to put up a poll. Okay. 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 Anything is possible. Okay. So, you know, Scandal, you know, yeah, I know this kind of reminds me of Scandal with Elizabeth. What was her name? Was it Elizabeth? I can't remember her name. Hey, doggy dog. Yeah, this is reminding me of Scandal. Remember, I told you this is reminding me like like when her dad was supposedly had died and he was under some Pentagon, under the, you know, in a jail cell, you know, but he was really alive. This is reminding me of all of this with the Charlie Kirk and with the Epstein. And now I think that that was another one, Pressure, that another point that, you know, I got to give you credit for. I got to give it to you because you kept saying he is not dead. And first I was like, yeah, but I think he is. No, I don't. I really don't. I think he's in Israel. But that's also reminding me of Scandal. When you think people are gone, but they're really not. And then I saw something earlier today that really made me think about it because it was showing the Kennedy's family when Kay was unalived, and Jackie Onassis said that that was not her husband. And then when I think about Erica, they never showed it. They never showed him. No funeral, no nothing like that. And then you saw that wax museum hand that she was rubbing on, but that's it. And that hand was not even a real hand. And I'm like, okay, so where is he? And I'm thinking, I'm hoping that he's not being tortured. I really am. But I do think that there's a strong possibility that he was moved. And I hope it don't go that far with Candace. But if you know that a bag has already been paid on your head and that the assassin is coming from is an Israeli, so this is someone that Netanyahu, so they're taking it personal. I mean, so now it's personal. Yeah. It's like, how do you back out of that? And that's why I asked, because if something was to happen to her, who can she trust? Who can she trust? Who governs the government? Who governs the government?
Bitch slapped him in a private jet.
Oh my God! Really, dude. His whole life he's been abused by that guy.
Face palm in his face.
Dude, his whole life he's been abused by that guy.
He had built the gallows up in Times Square.
A man who bitch slapped him in a private jet.
Oh my God! Really, dude. His whole life he's been abused by that guy.
Face palm in his face. I want to know. I mean, take a test.
Thank you, doggy dog.
I would say, listen, you
Atomic dog.
Okay. Let's take a I'm not a man. I'm just
fallen angel.
And that's the line right there. The moment Rogan ripped the mask off completely.
Thank you, doggy dog. And somebody
all she had to do
send
was
a big
hair,
thank you.
run a $2 DNA test, case closed, or better yet, she could have done what the royal family did.
Miss Chrissy, thank you.
Say nothing and starve the rumors. That's how it works. Silence kills gossip. Reacting only resurrects them. So why are the Macrons feeding the beast? Why is Brigitte getting ready to go to a U.S. court to provide sign?
She baby, she was not going to drop her drawers.
Say nothing and starve the rumors.
Her
That's
panties.
how it works. Silence kills gossip. Reacting only resurrects them. So why are the Macrons feeding the beast? Why is Brigitte getting ready to go to a U.S. court to provide scientific evidence like she's auditioning for CSI in Paris? Let me be very clear. I don't want to see the evidence. I don't want to see the photos. I'm thrilled, though, that the case is going to be solved simply. I also really love the fact that they accidentally admitted something huge without even realizing it.
Oh, what?
See, when elites have their power threatened, suddenly biology is real again. When their throne shakes, they skip back to science. They only believe in identify however you feel when it comes to you. But for them, it's chromosomes over feelings always, and it's always before losing cash. Welcome to globalist logic. Science is only oppression when their butt is not on the line. That's why they're suing Candace Owens. It's not to save someone's reputation, it's to defend the narrative cartel. And you're going to see the lawsuit. And there it is. All 250 pages of it, not to find someone innocent, but to shut people up and punish the question. See, that's what this is about. Nothing more.
I like that.
And you realize that you already have 2 women and punish the question. See,
shut people up and punish the question.
Lawsuit. And there it is. All 250 pages of it, not to find someone innocent, but to shut people up and punish the question. See, that's what this is about. Nothing more. And do you realize that you already have 2 women who face this judgment? They had to go to court. One is a clairvoyant, the other one was a freelance journalist, and they asked the question. They made some videos. They ended up in court.
Thank you, Rash, for the
Sundays. Thankfully, they won on appeal. Charges dropped, fines erased. Translation, the state lost, the question didn't. But now, you got to ask yourself, why do they want you staring at the rumor mill? That's because they don't want you to notice that France has collapsing in real time. You got debt big enough to drown an army of donkeys, no-go zones. You got digital ID being beta tested on the Champs-Elysees, and riots boiling over. Are you starting to see the pattern?
Yeah, I was gonna say, ain't that kind of the same stuff that's going on in the U.S.? I'm waiting to hear that still.
Once people start noticing what's going on in reality, boom! Distractions hit, big headlines drop. Suddenly social media is ablaze. No one's talking about debt, censorship, or riots. Suddenly the media is screaming, scandal in the palace. Who is Brigitte really? Wrong question. The real question is, what do they not want you to see? What are they trying to distract you from?
Right.
Is it peeking out the window to see the country's on fire? Because let me tell you, once you do, they're going to do it again. Bam! It happens again. They start hacking reality in real time. You start getting breaking news alerts, flashing headlines, and you have people who start cashing in on outrage on demand. And then once again, another headline. Brigitte Macron, wife of French President Emmanuel Macron, was registered as a man in the tax registry, reportedly as a result of tampering. 2 suspects identified. The registry lists Jean-Michel. Great. The government says it can't be hacked. Also, same government says it might have been hacked. That's a beauty, isn't it? So either someone hacked the French First Lady, or someone hacked the truth, or the truth hacked the government. Pick your favorite flavor of chaos. The point is, right now, half the world is laughing at these headlines. The other half's trying to figure out how they woke up in the Twilight Zone. See, we shouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Not about a head of state, let alone about a suburban mom. But it's 2025, and we are still scraping up the last 5 years of broken reality residue off the floor. See, what's really crazy is that, do I think these rumors are true? No. But do I think people in power are panicking? Absolutely. And the bottom line is, this isn't really about the story. This is about who controls the narrative, who shapes reality, who gets to question it, and who gets punished for noticing the truth. And just like that, just as the story was fading away into forever everland, boom, it happened again. We had distraction level unlocked. A documentary magically drops, which says it's going to clear everything up. Here's the latest trailer to come out that's tied to the original report.
À l'Élysée, dans le bureau de la Première Dame, c'est une découverte qui a semé un vent de panique.
Madame Macron, comme beaucoup de Français, va consulter son espace personnel sur le site impôts.gouv.fr. Elle se connecte et elle voit dans la partie en haut à droite qu'il n'y a pas écrit Brigitte Macron, mais qu'il y a marqué Jean-Michel dit Brigitte Macron. Et donc là, vous avez, au-delà du hauteur, vous êtes totalement surpris.
Tristan Bromet s'exprime pour la première fois. Il est le directeur de cabinet de Brigitte Macron et son plus proche collaborateur depuis 2017.
Je refais la manipulation avec elle, je regarde, effectivement, c'est une partie qui est réservée à votre identifiant, c'est-à-dire votre identité, et c'est une partie que vous ne pouvez pas modifier. Madame Macron porte plainte avec son avocat pour savoir, en fait, pour qu'il y ait une enquête, pour savoir d'où ça vient. Et donc les enquêteurs ont identifié 2 personnes.
Folks, when you have government figures featuring in documentaries just to debunk memes, you're not actually watching leadership in action. You're watching insecurity in 4K, which spells FAFO. By the way, that was Brigitte's right hand, chief of staff for years, and he said identities cannot be changed. Oh, but do I think people in power are panicking? Absolutely. And the bottom line is, this isn't really about the story. This is about who controls the narrative, who shapes reality, who gets to question it, and who gets punished for noticing the truth. And just like that, just as the story was fading away into forever everland, boom, it happened again. We had distraction level unlocked. A documentary magically drops, which says it's going to clear everything up. Here's the latest trailer to come out that's tied to the original report.
À l'Élysée, dans le bureau de la Première Dame, c'est une découverte qui a semé un vent de panique.
Madame Macron, comme beaucoup de Français, va consulter son espace personnel sur le site impôts.gouv.fr. Elle se connecte et elle voit dans la partie en haut à droite qu'il n'y a pas écrit Brigitte Macron, mais qu'il y a marqué Jean-Michel dit Brigitte Macron. Et donc là, vous avez, au-delà du hauteur, vous êtes totalement surpris.
Tristan Bromet s'exprime pour la première fois. Il est le directeur de cabinet de Brigitte Macron et son plus proche collaborateur depuis 2017.
Je refais la manipulation avec elle, je regarde, effectivement, identifiant, c'est-à-dire votre identité, et c'est une partie que vous ne pouvez pas modifier. Madame Macron porte plainte avec son avocat pour savoir d'où ça vient. Et donc les enquêteurs ont identifié personnes.
Folks, when you have government figures featuring in documentaries to debunk memes, you're not actually watching leadership in action. You're watching insecurity in 4K, which spells FAFO. By the way, that was Brigitte's right hand, her chief of staff for years, and he said identities cannot be changed. And in the same breath said, we have two suspects. Well, which one is it? Untouchable or tampered? State secret exposed or national security breach? Because if you could have a random keyboard gremlin hack the First Lady's identity, then every French citizen should be freaking out right now, asking the same questions. When are they going to do it to me? And if any of that is true, then none of it is. But that's the point. The only path they have to continue holding on to power is confusion. So, what is the punchline to this whole French farce is that they dragged 10 citizens into a criminal court. People actually are facing almost 2 years in jail if found guilty. They were charged with cyberbullying their elite rulers, propagating false claims. And that's right in the Washington Post wheelhouse. Because you know how they love people who disagree with them. They just go to crush any dissent against the machine. So the spell word of the week is cyberbullying. Everyone. Peasants can't bully kings any more than citizens can bully rulers with riot police or palaces outfitted like Hogwarts with tear gas. To actually bully someone, you need to be in a position of power, real or imagined. Otherwise, it's not bullying. It's just dissent, backtalk, and the rights established in any of the oldest republics, telling a king to go kick rocks. Otherwise, if citizens could bully rulers, then a chihuahua might as well help pee on an elephant's trunk and call it a dominance display. When you criminalize criticism, you don't have leaders. You have fake gods made out of paper mache that panic at the sight of memes. That is the type of insecure regime that panics anytime their population laughs at them, because that is the precise moment they start losing their grip on power. Unfortunately, we have too many adults who make it too easy for them to stay in charge. We actually have adults who are sucking on pacifiers online like freedom is a flavor they forgot.
Adult pacifiers, the surprising trend that claims to relieve anxiety. What was once a baby's accessory is now showing up in the mouths of stressed out adults. From China to the U.S., thousands are posting on social media about using adult pacifiers to cope with anxiety.
What did I miss to make you say that?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking while watching that.
Hold on, they fooling.
Boy, believe me. I just can't.
You said they fooling us.
But that's the point. The only path they have to continue holding on to power is...
Okay.
Deux personnes.
Hold on.
The original report.
À l'Élysée, dans le bureau de la Première Dame, c'est une découverte qui a semé un vent de panique.
Madame Macron, comme beaucoup de Français, va consulter son espace personnel sur le site impôts.gouv.fr. Elle se connecte et elle voit dans la partie en haut à droite qu'il n'y a pas écrit Brigitte Macron, mais qu'il y a marqué Jean-Michel dit Brigitte Macron. Et donc là, vous avez, au-delà du hauteur, vous êtes totalement surpris.
Tristan Bromet s'exprime pour la première fois. Il est le directeur de cabinet de Brigitte Macron et son plus proche collaborateur depuis 2017.
Je refais la manipulation avec elle, je regarde, effectivement.
What is ARR?
Votre identifiant, c'est-à-dire votre identité, et c'est une partie que vous ne pouvez pas modifier. Madame Macron porte plainte avec son avocat
He's gonna have to pull that Palawacker out.
Pour savoir d'où ça vient. Et donc les
Oh, that
enquêteurs ont
was JJ.
identifié deux personnes.
Folks, when you have government figures featuring
Sure, sure.
documentaries
Piccolo,
that
your
speak
money
about
maker.
names,
I mean,
you're
you
not
know.
actually watching leadership in action. You're watching insecurity in 4K, which spells FAFO. By the way, that was Brigitte's right hand, her chief of staff for years, and he said identities cannot be changed. And in the same breath said, we have two suspects. Well, which one is it? Untouchable or tampered? State secret exposed or national security breach?
What you mean?
Because if you could have a random keyboard gremlin hack the First Lady's identity, then every French citizen should be freaking out right now, asking the same questions. When are they going to do it to me? And if any of that is true, then none of it is. But that's the point. The only path they have to continue holding on to power is confusion.
Yep.
When the sawdust settles and the engine
Now that is true.
the thing you care about is a job well done. When you get
Confusion.
your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels.
And lies.
So, what is the punchline to this whole French farce is that they dragged 10 citizens into a criminal court. People actually are facing almost 2 years in jail if found guilty. They were charged with cyberbullying their elite rulers, propagating false claims. And that's right in the Washington Post wheelhouse. Because you know how they love people who disagree with them. They just go to crush any dissent against the machine. So the spell word of the week is cyberbullying. Seriously, everyone. Peasants can't bully kings any more than citizens can bully rulers with riot police or palaces outfitted like Hogwarts with tear gas. To actually bully someone, you need to be in a position of power, real or imagined. Otherwise, it's not bullying. It's just dissent, backtalk, and the rights established in any of the oldest republics, telling a king to go kick rocks. Otherwise, if citizens could bully rulers, then a chihuahua might as well help pee on an elephant's trunk and call it a dominance display. When you criminalize criticism, you don't have leaders. You have fake gods made out of paper mache that panic at the sight of memes. That is the type of insecure regime that panics anytime their population laughs at them, because that is the precise moment they start losing their grip on power. Unfortunately, we have too many adults who make it too easy for them to stay in charge. We actually have adults who are sucking on pacifiers online like freedom is a flavor they forgot.
Adult pacifiers, the surprising trend that claims to relieve anxiety. What was once a baby's accessory is now showing up in the mouths of stressed out
Adult
adults.
pacifiers.
From China to the U.S., thousands are posting on social media about using adult pacifiers to cope with anxiety.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking while watching that. I'm thinking the same thing, boy, believe me. I just can't say it, but you get the point. The picture's starting to snap into focus to see their plans. Distract the public and fantasize its citizens, digital leashes, and punish questions. Because once you start training people to question, they stop asking. Well,
because that's exactly what they did when those Epstein files, and then all of a sudden Charlie Kirk was, you know, that situation, and they still won't talk about the guy in the all black. They just won't talk about a lot, even with that. So will he be cloned? Is he at that MK Ultra clinic being programmed? I know he should run for president. Well, I mean, he is the only one who we really don't see a lot after that first kind of blow up and the switcheroo with the Epstein files. And he didn't want to he didn't want to play that type of game. So sometimes I wonder, is he plotting you know, trying to stand his ground for the oath of office for the FBI? Or has he succumbed to the foolery of Trump? He knows he's ruined, but he's not Kash Patel. To me he just haven't been as active as he was before. Now maybe I'm wrong, but he's been real kind of low key since he got into it with Trump, and he went on leave for a week or two. And he was talking about quitting. and he didn't. So where is he for real? What has he been doing?
You have a nation stop asking questions. Men don't stand free. They start oinking like livestock on Orwell's Animal Farm. This is FAFO. And France, mon amour?
Okay, FAFO, hold on. I think I got one more. No. Dan has been kind of quiet, hasn't he? Especially with Cash Patel in trouble. All of them. They started the for impeachment. They need to do the article that gets the whole cabinet and the judges. We don't need politicians as presidents anymore. We need patrons. Absolutely. I mean, the deals he be making be business deals. I mean, you're not making any negotiation. And when you were supposed to go to G20 with other foreign countries to speak on behalf, to be a part of it, he wasn't even there. First time ever. Hey, Joanne. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we 2 hours in. I think this is my last one. I think I got The Panic. What else? I did that one. Did I do this one? I don't remember this.
Roku's self-serve ads platform. It's easier than ever with Ads Manager. Sign up today.
Like, are you seeing that difference? I get the most compliments when I wear this.
Nope, we don't have allies.
Supposedly a French doctor was going to do a medical examination.
Yes, what happened?
I don't know.
Now this is where one of Charlie's last interviews. We didn't do this one, I don't think.
Questioning her gender. So Brigitte Macron was given a male name on her personal tax record by a team of hackers. A French government official said the 72-year-old has been long subject of rumors questioning her gender, which have been shared by conspiracy theories and social media influencers online for several years. The rumor falsely claims that Mrs. Macron was born a male and that her real name is Jean-Michel Troguenot.
Jean-Michel Troguenot.
Yeah. In reality, her maiden name is Troguenot, and she has a brother named Jean-Michel. The smear campaign went as far as hacking into her personal tax account and changing her name to Jean-Michel, known as Brigitte Macron. According to if they did this, chief of staff to Ms. Macron made the revelation in an interview, a French news channel, BFM TV, in which he recounted now how the French president's wife was stunned to see her legal name, has been changed, which she logged into her personal tax account. We were completely surprised. He's been working with her since 2017. I tried to change it. Ms. Macron filed a complaint. The two people involved in hacking have been identified. Mr. Bromé did not indicate when the incident occurred, but Mr. Bromé
I don't know where you got that from. I don't know. You have to ask them that. I don't know.
Of sexist cyberbullying.
I've never heard that.
Vinny.
Because obviously I was reading the story and initially I'm like, wait a minute.
And that sounds like a fake narrative, so I went ahead and removed it.
But I was just like,
yeah. If you have questions, put those on super chats and super stickers. If you want it to stay up, put it on a super chat or super sticker, and then we will look at it collectively. But to just put it in the comment section, I went ahead and removed that. Put it on a super chat or a super sticker, okay? Thank you. Support the platform.
I just think it's like hackers normally go in, Pat, they do real damage. They steal money, they take your identity, they do whatever. Whoever did this, I just can't imagine the moment.
Eric, did you hear me?
Whatever. She was like, oh mon Dieu. Like the.
Did you hear me? Eric Ling, 5347. Did you hear me? Yeah, but no, still, put it on a super chat or super sticker. Because if I gave direction and you didn't do it, I don't care if you say it's a joke or not, I'm looking at you side eye. So you come back another day since you want to play. How about that? Y'all say bye to Eric. Go play with yourself. Go joke with yourself. Yeah. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Come over here trolling.
The moment of like, wait a minute, am I? Did it? What do you think, Tom? It's a log. I just can't imagine the moment, Tom, where she's logging in. Whatever. She was like, oh mon Dieu. Like the moment of like, wait a minute, am I? Did it? What do you think, Tom? It's logging in? Yeah, look. It's like,
this is where Charlie did that interview right before he was unalive.
I saw by the chatter was going nuts. Candace was right. This was going in because people didn't stop and think. But at the end of the day, think about it. This is French news. This is the French saying, hey, it was hacked, it was this, it was that. You're never going to know the real answer when it comes to this. I'm still curious.
So didn't she do a medical inspection or something?
I don't know. Medical inspection. We're still waiting, which mind you.
That?
Well, I'm telling
Rob,
you.
what's the story behind this, Rob? Do we know?
I believe they were going to admit scientific evidence to prove that Brigitte Macron was born a woman here in the United States. They're going to submit that evidence to the U.S. courts.
But guess what? At the end of the day, for the legal side of Candace, Pat, which I think she has the leg up, all jokes aside, whatever's going to be up, a photo or something that's done by another country's doctors or whatever isn't going to hold up in court because the defense is going to say, you have to show me, we have to have our doctors, and it has to happen on our watch. Look, Madden, like you can't just say, well, here, this is a picture of her, this is the blood result. No.
No, that's just like the birth certificate.
Defense is going to stand, because I asked Viva, it has to be completely done from the other side and presented to the court. Like, we have to see it.
Didn't Michael Jackson have to show his dang-a-lang? I mean, didn't he have to pull that thing out? Yeah. And when they couldn't tell you what that thing looked like, people lie all the time. Pull it out. Hell, when you had them babies, the doctor saw it. Pull it out. You need a doctor? Okay. You need a pap smear. Ain't it time for your pap smear? Put your feet on the stirrups, Open your legs. Put the big old ass spoon up in there. Let me crank that bad baby open. Cause y'all know how to tuck. Open wide. Ooh, I know it's cold. I hear that all the time. Ooh, it is cold. Ooh, that may be something I may need to think about patenting. Is there a way that they can have some warm ones? Ooh, if it was warm and they put that big ass double face spoon down there and it was warmed up a little bit. Oh, hell yeah. That's a good market. Would you like the spoons cold or warm? Is it gonna burn the lips? Oh, it's just right. Oh yeah, give me warm. Let me kick back. You want me to relax? Make it warm. What you down there saying? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Let's go. Let me read. Which would you prefer? It to be cold as hell or warm? Hell, if it's going in, don't you want it warm? Sometimes your money not long enough and it's not even worth it. Who really cares in America? Yeah. But I think they thought, the threat and the punishment, yeah, no, that's not working. That's not gonna work. Especially warm. See, I told you. Once we thought about it, you gonna want that warm. That's shit. I mean, if any way we gonna get into the medical field and make a little money off of it, and they may need to patent that. Yeah, warm, lukewarm. Not too hot. Oh yeah. Oh, and don't let it kind of have a little vibration too. Yeah, we wouldn't be trying to skip them pap smears. We wouldn't be trying to miss them annuals. Yeah.
Like, we have to have her test in front of us. You can't just send us her results.
Okay. One thing we know for sure. Oh yeah, AunTeaFee, she's a woman. She know that. Oh yeah, she a woman. Hell, ain't no doubt about it. Now Brigitte, she probably don't know nothing about that. That would have went straight up over her head like it went over the men heads that's listening in. For the female, oh yeah. You start thinking about it. Yeah, shit, yeah. Brigitte, she don't know shit about that. Cause she ain't never had one. She ain't never had no damn pap smear.
We have to see it. Take the blood test from our side, but don't even matter. You can't, like for instance, prove to me that you're a man right now, Pat. Okay, you can take off your pants or give me the blood. We want to see your blood. You can't send it in and that's going to be admissible in court. No, because I haven't seen it. We have to see it with our own eyes. Like when you take a pee test in the military, what would they do? They'd sit there and they'd be like this. And I'm like, bro, you're literally over I can't concentrate. So they have to put water. I have to put warm water on my hand just for me to go to the bathroom. This is not. He's not
joking.
Tom,
they're watching you.
Tom, they're like this.
I don't know if she fought. Well, yeah, cause now there's a chance that there's a serious threat on it. But why couldn't it just been trolling? Not trolling. Content. I mean, it came from somewhere, and why did they get so upset? So I think that once somebody started getting upset like that, and it's just content, and it's no different than anybody else who does content. Why did that one sting? Because I don't think it started out as a fight until they made it a fight. A fight to hide the fact that you trans. See, to me, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's more to the trans. And it's not just about the trans. Because I know that they are possibly tied to Charlie Kirk. Because they were in town when those planes and, a business that went under, and, there's a lot of more connections in the U.S. and I think that they are like the hangar on the military base. I think that the military, they're using the Air Force bases to traffic not just traffic brothels, guns, they said gold. So it's a lot. I think that they are tapped into that as well. And then when it first came on, they talked about 3 other two other women in disguise in high position are married to someone in position, prime minister, and I can't remember what the other one was. So there is a pattern, but with Brigitte, I don't think she tapped into it for a battle. It's just a battle came with it. So now I'm looking at it as, okay, so what happened to her sister? Well, what happened to his sister? Was she unalived? Why would you want to keep her life going? Whatever happened to him? Where are all these identities going? If he took on his sister's identity, who took on his? What happened to him? And is he an Epstein? Is he Epstein? I mean, I just said that kind of slipped, because he definitely is a man. And I meant to say, is he in Epstein? I meant to say, is he hiding from something, maybe from the U.S.? But then it slipped out and said, is he Epstein? So I think that she may have tapped into something that was deeper than she knew. And then once you start doing that investigation and you finding, okay, somebody's died and this is this and this is that, then you get deep, and then now you may be in too deep. That's kind of what I'm feeling. How that's gonna bring back the cost of food in America. Yeah, but Trump ain't trying to bring it back. He's trying to do the New World Order. He's trying to, he damn near done sold America to Israel. Israel was already running it, but he done made too many deals with too many people that I know he's sick as a dog and shitting on himself right now because he's being exposed for those deals. And yeah, I don't know. The way to get that cost down is going to be to get Trump out of office. All of them. I mean, all of them. His judges, everybody that he has put on need to get put out. That's just my take. That's my opinion. I don't trust none of them. But yeah, no, it's gone too far.
They're like this. Go ahead, Tom. They even pat you on the back a little bit. They do the patting on the back.
Well, I guess to be nice and encouraging. Camp, right?
Yeah. But what do you think?
There was a French doctor, right?
Which one?
Supposedly a French doctor was going to do a medical examination.
Yes. What happened?
So he was changed on his taxes.
No, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Wasn't there supposed to be a sequence of things?
Yes.
That they said, we're going to put this here, and we're going to go after Candace and everything.
Yeah, no, Tom. They said they were going to give a photo, and then they were going to prove her wrong with blood results and all that stuff. I'm telling you guys right now, I still think she has a leg up. Who has a leg up? Candace, because, Adam, to prove it, you have to have our side run the tests. So you think she's going to come here, or they're going to fly there and have the lawyers with doctors blood test her and make her take off her pants and see if she's had surgery. By the way, all they have to do is get an x-ray and see if she has female internal parts. If she has fallopian tubes, they win. If she doesn't, Candace wins. End of story. X-ray me. Show me. I want to see it, bro. It's not that hard, bro. And by the way, in defense...
You don't know how hard it is. How would you... We don't.
We don't know, but Candace apparently knows. But here's the thing, Adam, because at the end of the day, all you have to do...
He said they don't know how hard it is. Oh, my God.
Show everybody.
They are funny.
You can just ask the doctor, did you do a medical exam?
Is this too hard for you to do?
Female organs? No. What do you mean? Her nuts are in the way.
Oh, wow.
Well, look,
who are these guys?
The only reason we're talking about Brigitte Macron is because Candace made it a thing. Either Candace Owens is the greatest investigative journalist of all time, or she's the greatest
I
gaslighter
want
in
to
the
see
history
too,
of
but
the
I
internet.
know it's the guy.
Two things can't be true at once.
Because she put her
Because
career
she's
on the line
finding
for
Brigitte
that?
Macron's dick. She's finding out exactly what's happening with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA. She has all the receipts. She knows exactly what's going on in Israel and Gaza. She's a geopolitical expert all of a sudden. She's got it all.
And that right there is why there's a threat on her life.
The greatest gaslighter in the history of.
Y'all hear that? He just summed it up. Because at one point they were saying she's lying and there's no truth to it. She's a conspiracy, and then she started bringing out receipts, and it started lining up, and it's been true. And that's what happened. That's why Trump called Candace to try to get her to stop. Because of deal. So.
Look, about the only reason we're talking about Brigitte Macron is because Candace made it a thing. Either Candace Owens is the greatest investigative journalist of all time, or she's the greatest gaslighter in the history of the internet. Two things can't be true at once.
Because she put her
Because
career
she's
on the line
finding
for
Brigitte
that?
Macron's dick. She's finding out exactly what's happening with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA. She has all the receipts. She knows exactly what's going on in Israel and Gaza. She's a geopolitical expert all of a sudden. She's got it all. Candace, to me, is a very, very talented person who's completely losing her mind. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Completely losing her mind. Why do I say that? This weekend, she accused Trump and the Trump administration of killing Charlie Kirk. That's a new one to me, homegirl.
Is that really?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
I swear to you.
Okay, that's what she's doing. By the way, one of the most credible voices on the right. I think this guy's an absolute...
Well, let's be clear. Yesterday, what's his name, Kelly? He is tying the military guy who, in my opinion, is probably who was secretly giving Candace that intelligence because he said he was sick of it. Whoever was providing her information was that he or she was sick of it. And that, so you knew it had to be someone that worked for the government in high regards. And so for him to be on a Pentagon level, it's probably who was providing her with that information. And because her intel was coming from someone on that level, posed a federal agent, posed a deeper threat because whoever it was tied Trump to Charlie Kirk as well. So I don't know when this was made, but most definitely, hi Tony. Right now, people from the Pentagon is saying the same thing Candace is saying.
Stud. Steven Crowder. Do you hear what he said? You hear what he said?
I swear to you, I've been flying for 2 days.
Pull up his YouTube channel. He came out
He
and did
didn't
a
have
whole
to be on the
content
righteous
calling
side.
Candace
He could be down.
what do you call her?
I don't know what you mean,
An evil
Tony.
C-U-N-T. See you next Tuesday. If you go down to his videos,
Jamie said a federal agent.
this is what he says about her. By the way, Dinesh D'Souza, there it is, right there, second thing. Evil. He's basically saying Dinesh D'Souza is dismantling every single one of her arguments, and so is trigonometry guys. By the way, she is now attacking Turning Point USA. She is now attacking Erica Kirk. It would appear.
No,
she is now attacking our friend Andrew over there. So I don't know. For someone who is such a good friend with Charlie, she wants to go after Charlie's wife. Like
So
she has
now
all
you
the
believe in
answers.
that guy.
Again, she's
That
either
didn't
the
happen.
greatest investigative journalist of all time and has all the answers to everything that's going on in the world, or you're all falling for it. The two
She
things
did
can't be true at
not
once.
accuse
Now, here's my
Erica.
only recommendation to people that are following Candace. Please fact check her work. Because here's the challenge. When we have a conversation here, there's 4 of us, 5 of us in the room. If I say something stupid, which I will, PPD will call me out, Tom will call me out, Vinny will call me out. When you're doing solo work in a solo camera and you're spouting nonsense and nobody says jack squat, that's just out in the internet, 2 million views. Good for you. And now if you're a person, you're like, I only trust Candace. That's all. I'm just watching Candace. Okay, I guess Israel killed Charlie. I guess Brigitte Macron has a dick, and I guess Hamas are the good guys. Okay, I'm gonna go out in the world now. You're stupid.
I don't think she. Well, hold on.
I'm just saying.
I don't think she's ever said Hamas.
If your only source is Candace, you have a fucking information problem. Sorry for the cursing. You have a problem. Okay, so in my opinion,
yeah,
when like Dinesh D'Souza calling out Candace, and Stephen Crowder calling out Candace, you have a problem.
The video that Adam was mentioning earlier, this is from last week, Candace Owens. It looks like from a hotel room where she accuses the Trump administration of helping kill Charlie Kirk.
To just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday.
Thank you.
Well, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock out. They're going to get Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they murder you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on the nice side of town either. It's like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be on the nice side of town.
She would use the word definitely. She used the word definitely killed you. Speaking of the Trump administration, to me, she might want to use the word allegedly or say, in my opinion. This is the problem here. When she just throws that out there to the internet, she has a very massive voice. People listen to her. People think she has a lot of credibility, and she does. But she's losing it time and time and time again.
She's not.
Just because she was right against about BLM, or right about feminism.
Oh, definitely lack of blood.
She's right about Charlie Kirk. And I would love to hear what Turning Point USA has to say about what Candace is doing.
Yeah, and it didn't help that he said when he was talking to in that interview, and I can't remember who it was, said something about what Charlie Kirk said to him something. He said, well, he not saying nothing now. I mean, yeah, come on. You know, y'all kill me all up in Trump's ass, and y'all could see that everything he's doing is against the United States, and y'all will still ride his DICK like Brigitte is holding on to hers. Okay.
Because there's no way they're happy about it. Yes, Charlie was betrayed by everyone.
First time I saw that.
Absolutely was betrayed.
Introducing automated mileage tracking.
And they were stealing from him too.
The one thing I will say in her defense is the releasing of the text that she said that didn't exist. People said it didn't exist, but it did exist. But yeah, that I didn't see that part. I mean, saying it's who
do you not think she's? I know you're friends with Candace. Do you not think she's going down?
No, hold on. I even talked about that's out of her character. And I think there's a lot happening. No, what I'm saying is to say it just like that, blatantly open like that at the end, saying they killed him, both of them. Adam, because listen, with something like this, the gag order, I will violate on the world's behalf. The things I discovered this past week are going to burn the house down.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't follow Candace like this. Does she know more than the FBI? Does she know more than the CIA?
Yes.
Does she know more than the intelligence agencies?
Yes.
But why the hell would Candace know more than anyone?
Because she was his actual friend. And Cash Patel is not investigated anything. Yeah, because it was organized through them. So, yeah, she would have a little more intel. Absolutely.
Of these intelligence community.
Can I ask you a question?
Why? Tell me.
I think she knows.
That's like saying we know more than the FBI. We don't.
No, do you trust the FBI? Do you trust the CIA? Because she doesn't. I don't. I don't trust the FBI.
Trust
Pressure made sure that we didn't too.
Hold on.
Who do you trust more?
No, hold on.
Just answer that question.
No,
That's what I'm
he
gonna say.
telling you.
FBI or Candace?
Adam, I don't trust you. I don't trust anybody. Why am I gonna? When it comes to hold on,
then if
let me
there's
ask you a
no
question.
trust, then who do you
believe the official narrative that the majority of the people in this building do not believe that what the FBI is telling us about Tyler Robinson and the gun and all the Adam, the information's out there. Do you believe that they're saying what he did, ran off and was like, "Hi, lover. Whoops, I just shot Charlie. I did something naughty." Do you believe that story? Because if you're watching the
asking
experts,
a very good question, and I'll give you my answer.
Yeah.
It's totally appropriate to ask questions.
Okay.
Everyone has concerns about this.
1,000%.
When you say, I'm just asking questions, I'm just saying, she's not asking questions. She's making official statements.
You don't want to
100%
answer.
had them killed.
You don't want to
She said
answer.
they definitely had them killed.
yeah, okay, that's
That's a problem. Do we have a shirt that says allegedly? Because we learned the hard way. You probably don't want to say 100%.
He never
right?
answered.
Yes, I agree.
He never
I agree.
answered.
So what is she doing?
That's saying that was for somebody to say they killed him and then seeing that tweet. That means she's discovered. She's saying that she has stuff that could burn the house down. So let's wait and see what she has.
Why the hell would
Absolutely.
Candace Owens?
Adam, she's the
But
one that
he
had
never
the text that
answered.
she proved everybody wrong.
He
that was
still
wrong.
never answered.
Realize that she's a great.
He never answered.
Not an investigative
Adam,
journalist.
Rob, what is the conversation with the text chain?
Never
that
answered.
She claimed was real, and everybody said it didn't happen, and then she released it.
We've already covered that on the podcast.
The Bill
we covered
Ackman
it. Yes.
Hamptons.
Yeah, they said it didn't
we
happen.
covered
It
that.
actually
We
did
covered that
happen.
Who said it
multiple
didn't
times.
happen,
though? Who they were saying that?
Who's they?
So the texts that were verified were the ones that came out about Charlie
Israel?
Kirk being threatened to lose funding if Tucker and Candace
But that
appeared
never
at
happened.
TPUSA events.
That part never happened.
Yes, it did.
Bill Ackman responded.
Like
And
this
it
came
was-
out, I think this came after.
No. But Bill Ackman was accused of, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
Bill
you're
Ackman
mistaken.
was accused of forcing and threatening and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. Bill Ackman's like,
Well, yeah, I don't think Bill Ackman did it.
Hang on, Pat's right. Multiple people also said, hey, this was characterized as a shouting match at a private party in the Hamptons. I was there. There was no shouting match. And multiple people
No,
said
that's
there was
not-
what I'm convinced.
no.
Here's what I'm convinced. What
No.
I'm convinced is there are guys that no matter what Candace says, you're going to believe. There are guys like that.
Yeah.
That no matter what she says, you're going to believe. And there are guys that no matter what she says, they're not going to believe. And then there are guys that are going to sit there and listen to everybody and see who's asking questions. There is a business model. In regards to this, to say definitely.
Yeah, I want to see the receipts of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to see it.
But Vinny, I will tell you respectfully to you, I still don't think you're going to believe it. I still don't think the people that are 100% Candace no matter what, they're still going to be like, no, but she's right. No, but she's this. Versus say when she's right and say when she's wrong. There truly is a group of people that are part of the 100% camp, that's part of the mob, and that is a problem as well. Because for me, when she went through her mess with Daily Wire, I think I was one of the first that came out and said the Daily Jewish Wire.
Yeah.
And I was one of the first ones that made the comment about it. We brought her to our Kentucky Derby. I gave her $40,000 tickets to be with us that we were selling. And she came and she hung out with us. And we were very, supportive and giving counsel, picking up calls, having conversations, all that stuff. But when it's also something that gets to a point where you're like, hey, if you as an individual can't balance that, then you're part of the problem as well.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. To say definitely, there's different with, like, listen, they're truly, some people are truly addicted to porn.
Yeah.
And they can't help
These
themselves.
men are crazy.
But I also believe some people are truly addicted to fear porn and they can't help themselves. You may not be seeing penetration between a guy and a girl. You may not be seeing, all the other stuff that you may be into, but you are seeing fear porn and you're like, oh, give me more. I want more of it. Grown men have gotten addicted to fear porn. Grown men versus, look how Trump handled Israel. Everybody, Israel this, Israel that, Israel this, Israel. And then all of a sudden, when Nick Fuentes starts saying, what are you guys talking about Israel? Then everybody was kind of confused. Oh shit, I thought Candace and Nick Fuentes, who do I believe? And then they were kind of confused. And then when Trump comes out and says, I'm not happy the way Israel handled it. So he's not owned by Israel. Oh, I thought he is owned by Israel.
Stop it. Like, relax. You know, it's politics. To think that a lot of people went to a lot of weird places these last 2 years. I think a little bit of common sense is coming out, but I think the emotional community is still kept loyal to the fear porn community. I don't think they've lost you. I think they still have you. And I think that's scary to a lot of other people who are sitting there trying to find out what the real truth is. It's like, no, give me more fear porn. I want more fear porn. It's not enough. I want to watch more for free. Give it to me. I want more fear porn. Give me, because out of 80 things, one thing right, but that one thing, but 80 things, but I want fear porn. You got to be careful with this addiction to fear porn. It's not good for you. By the way, I'm not convinced that, you know, true faith of going through it is also healthy to stay in this fear porn addiction community. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. If it comes out, I'm the one that continues going down the Epstein rabbit hole. For what? Why am I still asking it? I'm still trying to find out what's going on. But I do think there is which, by the way, more power, you know, more power to the individual that has that. But there's a community of people that she truly owns. And it's the 100% community. And to that 100% community, more power to you. But you have to realize, even the great one.
I don't know what that means, the community that she owns. Okay, last slide before we go. Just so people will know what the outcome. So I think she may be in hiding. Like I said yesterday, I'm glad to know that she had taken her
Sports
kids
betting is here, Missouri.
out
Unlock a huge $365
out of public schools, so that she was homeschooling, so she didn't have to worry about somebody going to her kids' schools. But I don't think that she's missing. I think she's in hiding. So this is how we gonna end tonight. Let me go back. Hold on.
I want my money. It's gonna be like, so I'm not gonna let you get away with this. I want my money. It's gonna be like that Family Guy scene where Stewie's like beating up Brian. I want my money. Where's my money? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it started, and this is how it's going. Check out this headline. We are trending all over France. This is huge news. The women who claimed Brigitte Macron was born a man are cleared of defamation because that's how the truth works.
So there it is. A woman who claimed Brigitte Macron was born a man are women who claimed Brigitte Macron was born a man cleared of defamation.
Well, that's a confirmation in my book. I don't know. Am I supposed to think it's debunked still?
So Candace Owens did a whole series on this. Here, Deja Dude.
Look at her.
Deja Dude. Breaking news: Brigitte Macron loses in court. It's a dude.
Yeah, I think. Look, Trump calling her and asking her to ease off this story to me is confirmation of the story automatically, because I've never heard anything like this in my life.
So some people still couldn't put it together after Brigitte Macron gave that hard right cross to her husband on a plane, sending him back several feet. That wasn't a girl boss. Turns out that was an actual guy throwing a punch.
It was a mush. It was a classic mush. I just watched footage of her sitting down.
Double
tell me.
So here's Piers Morgan defending Macron against Candace Owens, and let's watch.
But it's this question about the French First Lady, Brigitte Macron, who you keep saying is a man. You produced zero evidence that she is a man. It's been deeply offensive to her husband, President Macron, to all of her family. You keep promoting it to millions of people that follow you. And I simply ask why. She's not a man, she's a woman.
I'm happy to answer the question. I think Brigitte Macron is a trans woman. And I think the fact that when Brigitte Macron...
Oh, yeah, but she... Yeah.
Where's your evidence that she is?
Well, Piers, the thing is I'm not allowed to speak after you ask me a question, so I don't really know what the purpose of this is anymore. You just seem to kind of be saying your own thoughts. So I'm just going to be silent here and allow you to monologue.
Where is your evidence that Brigitte Macron is transgender?
Well, I did an entire series talking about where this came from, and first and foremost, you're pretending that I'm the one that promulgated this. In fact, it was 3 journalists in France that worked on the story for 3 years, and they teamed up with genealogists. And they came across, and it was absolutely fascinating. I read the entire report, and everybody watching this, rather than listen to Piers Morgan giving you a bunch of adjectives, ridiculous, it's awful, I can't believe that she's saying this. Why don't you go pursue a primary source? Why don't you go find the articles that were written by French journalists? Because this did not come from me. This came from French journalists. And while they were working, let me finish the statement, Piers. While they were working on this piece, the Macrons sent their secret service to interrupt this. This is not a normal thing that you do when somebody's about to publish a lie. You would just say it's ridiculous, publish it, and we'll dispute it. They sent the secret service to intimidate these journalists. They took their phones, they held them, they wanted to know everyone who was working on the piece, and what they uncovered was absolutely fascinating. What they uncovered was the fact that Brigitte Macron, who alleges that the person that they are saying is her is actually her brother, who's never been seen and who they never produced, that Brigitte Macron lived as a man for 30 years and then transitioned at the age of 30. So he's trying to tell you this is crazy, this is wacky. Why don't you just go pursue a primary source? Well, I'm not the primary source. It would be very easy to dispute this. All Brigitte Macron would have to do is produce a single photo of her in the first 30 years of her life, or to go on a little walk with her brother, who she alleges that she is not. She refuses to do either. She's suing people, and the one photo that they keep producing is a photo of her daughter to phone that has been photoshopped.
Please. Brigitte Macron, as you know, has a libel trial against Natasha Ray, who made the claims that the French First Lady was born a man called Jean-Michel Trogneux.
And she just lost that court case, Piers.
Is this going to be like a Piers Gaza moment where he has to say, not only do you have to acknowledge that Gaza is a horrific crime, he's got to now acknowledge she has a wiener? Is that what we're going to see?
We'll see. Here we go.
It's due to take place imminently, and we will get to the bottom of this. And I'll bet you, and what if we have like £100,000 bet that it establishes beyond any doubt to a charity of your choice and mine, $100,000, make it dollars, right now, that it is established beyond any doubt that she was born a woman. Do you accept that bet?
Make it rain, Piers.
Let's do it a grand American,
okay? Because, look, first and foremost, 100,000 pounds. Can we look up what that means in U.S. dollars? Let's see. A lot more. $136,000. I'll round it up. Let's round it up to $1 there. 136,000 U.S. dollars are mine. So I'm not going to get away with this. I want my money. It's gonna be like that Family Guy scene where Stewie's like beating up.
Let me play this again. What did she say? She wants her money?
She wants her money.
Mine. So I'm not gonna let you get away with this. I want my money. It's gonna be like that Family Guy scene where Stevie's like beating up.
J Hill 5454 for the party hat. Where the party at?
That's how it started, and this is how it's going. Check out this headline. We are trending all over France. This is huge news. The women who claimed Brigitte Macron was born a man are cleared of defamation because that's how the truth works. It's amazing that they even initially got convicted because of corruption, of defaming the French First Lady. It was this false conviction that the media then touted out as a win, saying, see, she's not born a man. But that actually wasn't what was at root of the case, as many of you guys know that have been following the series. Anyways, what has happened today is that the judges that were sitting at the Paris Appeal Court on Thursday ruled that Amandine Roy, that is the 53-year-old clairvoyant, and Natasha Ray, and she has been absolutely fantastic. She's a 49-year-old journalist, blogger, and researcher that teamed up and first and foremost put Xavier Poussard onto this story when he was having trouble even finding basic facts about Brigitte. And she said, yeah, that's because Brigitte was born Jean-Michel Trogneux. And so now the court has ruled that they had every legal right to make those allegations. More specifically, Brigitte brought the case in regards to a 4-hour YouTube video broadcast where the two of these ladies were sitting down, and Brigitte is alleging that there were 18 instances of defamation. Well, the court has ruled that those 18 instances did not constitute defamation, or they were based in good faith. And like I explained throughout the series, they were never attacking, Brigitte was never attacking the claim that she was born a man. She was being super petty and trying to get them on a technicality of defamation for misspeaking. You know, they tried this with me. Oh, you said this photo was recolorized, but it wasn't actually recolorized. And then trying to get someone into the courtroom, and then the judge says, oh yeah, it wasn't recolorized. And you go, oh, look, we won. It was defamation to suggest that this photo was recolorized when it wasn't. That was the game that they were playing so that they could give the journalists something to tout out as a win. Now they've come back and said, you know what, that's not enough. Okay, that is actually not enough. These women did not defame you. And so their lawyers were cheering outside of court. I can't imagine what it feels like for Natasha Ray and Amandine.
So she just won $100,000 from Piers Morgan, just so you know. That was
the odds he pays. You want to make a bet on if he pays her?
I'll bet $100,000 he doesn't pay her. How about that?
Oh, I wanted that one. I wanted
Wow.
to take that bet.
Isn't it amazing, too, in her conversation with Piers Morgan, that the fact that Brigitte is a pedophile is not even mentioned? Because when he first began his
She's a
intimate
pedophile.
relationship with the French president, she was in her 40s and he was 15.
That would be classified as a pedo. That's why I said, why 14? And so how did they hook back up? Because it would have been, he was a man. It would have been a man on little boy. So it also kind of has a ring to that. It's still cultish. Kind of similar to some of the stuff that's going on now. It's just like the people in the White House or the Department of Justice. These people been knowing Trump for a long time. Beauty pageants, contestants, these teens and teenagers, and it's just, and then now they're working for him or interacting with them or still connected with him years later. So where did it become like a condition, like you're conditioned, like it's okay? No, it's not okay. And then why are you married? It's like all of these people got these scandalous relationships to some degree. And then now every time you turn around, it's some pedo stuff. So you was this male teacher, he was 14, you were 40. Now you hooked up with him and you are a woman and he's the president. Now tell me again why he went back and pulled you in. It had to always been there after their encounter. It's like, this is the craziest shit. So this is a whole secret society. Stockholm. So it's not just about trans. It has to be bigger than trans. Because we showed 2 other elite female shims, and it didn't seem to be a problem. Why is this one a problem? Because she took on her sister's identity. So on top of being a pedo, what else are you hiding is what I'm feeling. What else? Your dad was sleeping with your sister. Your mom knew it. She pimped you out to go shopping. You know, then your dad killed her because she tried to break away after she gave birth to her child, her sibling. It's just the craziest shit. Let me hurry up.
Piers Morgan, that the fact that Brigitte is a pedophile is not even mentioned. It definitely
is upside down.
Because when he first began his intimate relationship,
it is gross,
with the French president, she was in her 40s and he was 15. And it's not important because he's a she now. Right? Isn't that so? So here is, she has one more thing to say. I want to play this for you.
Ruling that they plan to take this now to the highest court in
So they're
France.
going to appeal this now. So Macron's going to appeal this and take it to the highest court in the land.
Yeah.
And
your
guess
mom
what's
is
going to
your
happen
sister.
there? This is what she says.
Judicial system. And let me tell you, they're going to lose. Because Brigitte Macron is a man, was born a man, and so therefore she will die a man. Doesn't matter whether you put on lipstick on a pig, it will still die a pig. Brigitte and her team, like I was telling you, are just, they have been so vengeful and so disgusting. And at the end of the day, Natasha Ray was positively in the right in this scenario. And so congratulations to her, congratulations to their entire team, and congratulations to people that just have the courage to keep going. To keep going when the entire world is pressuring you and the journalists are out there like assassins and ninjas trying to defame you, trying to caricature you as an unhinged, crazy, loony person simply because you are telling the truth about who these elites actually are. Yeah, major win for all of those heroes out there in the world. And
so, yeah, she's describing what happens all the time when someone, it happened to me when I did Force the Vote. They wrote article after article trying to defame me.
No.
Because I was challenging their favorite politicians. And I was challenging the establishment.
Paula, I do not think that Candace is missing. I think that she is, if she is, I think that she removed herself. I think it is not far-fetched that if you got a serious threat on your life, to back and go into hiding. And I just wanted to be clear, she did not have a live set up on Monday at 2 o'clock, 2 or 4. She typically goes at 4, and it was not one set, so she did not miss it. She didn't plan it. I mean, and if people read her message when she put it out there, I mean, she gave no indication like she was going to continue with her regular program. So shame on whoever who thought that she was, because I definitely didn't think. I would have been surprised. Then I would have said she just bold. So she did what I would have thought she was going to do, and that's chill out for a little bit. This is not the first time that somebody from the elite has told her shortly after Charlie Kirk was unalive. She was advised that she needed to chill out for a little bit, and Tucker Carlson, because there was rumored that they were next. But after she started getting this extreme intel, it intensified. So no, I don't think that she's missing. I think she may be in hiding. And that's totally different. Yeah. So just because she did not have a show yesterday or today does not say she's missing. She's probably hiding. Okay, good people. I'm going to end on that. Wonder why it took 2 months for her to get. No, I don't think she got a credible threat the first time. She just didn't take it serious. She wasn't going to be intimidated. This time, I think it was because of the Brigitte and it's being connected, possibly connected her, because they were in the U.S. around that time, and yeah. I think that her dots started connecting, fitting perfectly. And it was connecting to the military, Egypt, the Egyptian planes, stopping and laying over in a couple of different places. So I think that is when the threat intensified. Okay, thank y'all for spending this time with me, these 3 hours. I'm finna go to sleep. If y'all see me tomorrow, yay. But if not, then happy Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm about to go to sleep right now. Okay. Good night. Thank you. Mwah.